So if you haven't heard the news, a well-known streamer by the name of Dr. Disrespect was caught allegedly texting a minor by the age of 15 years old. And in my last video, I went over this topic, basically just explaining what the situation was at hand. It was known that Dr. Disrespect had been banned, but the reasoning for his ban hadn't been fully examined or explained at why he had actually gotten banned. And I'm just gonna kind of skim over this because it's a lot. So his tweet verbatim, and I quote, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's been no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And as I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in the community, as well as those close to my team and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and and we made a painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredible and talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Right? So that's him prefacing the gaming organization that he's on called 12 AM. And they had issued a statement that they were dropping Dr. Disrespect for the allegations that they did their own research and determined that his wrongdoings was actually real and not alleged. It says, I further read, everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not only allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages within an individual back in 2017? The answer is yes. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him.
we got him right there. When I first woke up and I read that part, I haven't even read the rest of it. I read that part. We got him. He did it. And just like I was saying in the previous video, it was just too much damning evidence to be like, no, it didn't happen. And there were a few people in the comments down below, basically, siding with Dr. Disrespect. And now the evidence is, the irrefutable evidence has come forth. And I mean, you can't stop this. This is, come on now. What are we doing here? This is irrefutable evidence of what may have occurred. Now, this part right here, I haven't even read this next part. I literally stopped at the answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind the messages? The answer is absolutely not. Now, let's be for real. If you are against that in any regard, this shouldn't happen at all. If you are against that, there should be no situation or any speculation at all that you're in this situation ever. I mean, that's like saying, I don't like grilled cheese, and then we catch you eating a grilled cheese. Like, it's so verbatim, and it's so obvious that it is what it is. Now, in response to this, the community's response to this, there were so many responses, so many memes, so many, and Dr. Disrespect's friend group, Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx, and I think he plays with a few others, but those are kind of like the main ones that people know. They issued responses as well, with video responses, basically going over what they also found out in the moment. Now, I'd put that in quotes because I find it hard to believe that they just found out about it, especially with how insanely serious this caused. Like, it just feels like this was something that was bound to hit the roof, and now that it finally did, people have to issue the responses of who had communications with him and who had relationships with Doctor Strange. Why am I calling him Doctor Strange? Dr. Disrespect. And so let's watch their video responses. Let me see. Here's Nick's response to the situation with Dr. Disrespect.
Yo, checking in. Seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right?
Unacceptable. Grown ass man.
No excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey, doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it, and look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it was a little weird, but what can you do, So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right?
It's kind of weird how he's like, What's up, honey? I'm just doing this Twitter thing. I thought that was kind of funny. You know, Dr. Disrespect has a wife and kids. So breaking that, like, I wonder, did they just hear about this news? Was this something that they just figured out? Like, I can't believe that this is even happening. Like, how is this just something that is just now hitting the fan? You know, it just doesn't seem like people didn't know about it. It's quite insane. So now we have Tim the Tatman's response to Dr. Disrespect doing what he did.
Wow, this is absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm
disgusting.
seeing.
It's actually insane.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years, and seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that.
And I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling?
Yeah, we want to know.
My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate. If he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that. I can't. I appreciate y'all. This is beating me up, but this is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So
yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love you give, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
And that was Tim Tatman's response. I mean, they kind of just said, they basically said nothing, realistically. They basically were just like, you know, it's crazy that it happened, This is my, my relationship with him. Now, I don't know if they're going to continue to be friends with him, whatever, maybe even behind closed doors. But you know, it is what it is. I just find this insane. Like, Dr. Disrespect, like, he tried to strike a chord, and this was probably a minor. Okay, bro. Because so in the midst of all of this, there's been a bunch of memes about it and like a bunch of like crazy like videos of like, and it's the main one. If you've ever seen, if you've ever been on Twitter and like somebody's like gone down for being like a child, you know, weirdo or whatever, there's always this one meme by this guy named like Louis something or like Louis, and they're like, you know, they got your boy on sex assault charges. Yeah, the dude you be hanging with. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
You know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with.
Nigga you be hanging with.
Yeah. Boy,
sex offender.
And it was your man.
He was your man.
Crazy, man.
You ain't know what he was doing? You ain't feel bad at all? Like no guilt, none of that shit.
He goes, you ain't know what he was doing? You ain't feeling none of that guilt? I just find it so hard to believe that you're best friends with a child predator and like you don't know about it. So now with that being said, we're gonna look at some of the memes and like people reacting to this, because you know, this actually shocked the community, regardless if it was known or not. Like, to the people who didn't know, this is pretty insane. So here's Kai reacting to it. I'm gonna put it up here. Here's Kai reacting to it.
Four, 3, 7. 42 minus 7 is 35. This nigga's what the fuck? Regardless, bro, no matter what age you are, what the fuck? Like, nigga, you can't, what the fuck?
What the fuck? That reaction is always hilarious. Okay, and so here right here, so right here is, I believe this is like the tag you get on a particular app that lets you know if there's like child pedophiles in your area. And so this is Dr. Disrespect's logo on the file. So, you know, I mean, that's just troll. So right here we have Alien versus Predator. We have you know, the movie Alien versus Predator with Dr. Disrespect on the side of it. Once again, to troll. People were just having fun with this, and it's kind of messed up because there actually kind of was like a serious topic at hand, because if you are able to do that once, who knows how many times this may have occurred, or there may be, you know, DMs of stuff that's happened that we haven't seen like at all. So I mean, this right here is pretty fun. So we have a bystander here who, I guess he took like a picture with Dr. Disrespect like a few you know, or like a little bit ago, and he said he was smiling because I was a minor. So I guess in this picture he was a minor, and oh my god, it's just going crazy. Like, too many people are just having too much fun with this, myself included, kind of. But so this picture was taken in 2019, and you know, obviously this guy was a minor at that time apparently. So this, what does this have? 4.5 million impressions. Like, this is just, oh my god, it's raps, bro, it's raps. Okay, so here we have a meme of Nick Merckx, and it's the wait, let me see. It's like the picture of, you know, him trying to decide which button to pick, and it's indecisive. And one button says protect the kids, and then the next one says protect the guy messaging the kids. And if you don't know, Nick Merckx is like infamously known for not being too fond of the LGBTQ plus community. And so that's kind of where this joke resides. Not funny. And yeah, but he didn't like defend Dr. Disrespect. So, you know, at least in that regard, at least he wasn't like kind of stubborn and trying to like stand his ground against irrefutable evidence of his close friend being a PDF file. Okay, so yeah, this one, it says, you mean to tell us that basically it says none of his friends knew. Like, how did none of his friends know about this? And it's a picture of Kodak Black with the thumbs up. This is such a perfect picture, by the way. Such a good, like, you can use that for so many reactions, but it's obviously, it just seems so hard to believe that such a insane situation that was brought up only in the community and people had heard similar stories, like for it to not be completely known, like this guy was messaging people are going to figure that out. Your data, these sites, these companies have your data, they have your information. If anybody wants to just get in your account, look at what you're typing, look at what you're, even keystrokes. Some people have little like virus systems to where they can study your keystrokes and see everything that you type. It's kind of insane. And the fact that, you know, nobody was like this is only just now hitting the fan. How was this only just now hitting the fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. So this guy right here says what's happening with Dr. Disrespect right now is exactly what's wrong with the modern day society supporting cancel culture. There's absolutely zero evidence, just a tweet from a nobody who then follows up with the original tweet by promoting ticket sales for proof. Shameless. This guy was running D for Dr. Disrespect. Then it comes to find out, as we scroll down here, he doubles down. He doubles down and says, like a real fucking man, admitted his wrongs and gave you the truth. In my opinion, he's not even close to a pedo. Takes courage to be vulnerable like this. Much respect? Respect? What do you mean respect? What do you mean respect? How are you gonna respect a man who's messaging minors and talking to them seductively, soliciting messages? Like, what is this? And this guy's doubling down. At least you would think as soon as Dr. Disrespect issued a response and he admitted to it, he'd be like, damn, I fucked up. Why would I be running D for somebody and I didn't even know type shit? But I mean, him literally saying this, you don't even need to, I literally still have not read the rest of Dr. Disrespect's tweet. You don't need to read the rest of it. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you did it, you did it. If you did it, you did it. There's no, oh, well, maybe a da. No, you're messaging little kids, banned. You're a pedo. Simple. Because if it was like just simple messages, like obviously you can talk to, you know, younger kids, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's the fact that when it got sexual and there was little innuendos of like, oh, they're gonna meet up at TwitchCon. Oh, like that's a literal Chris Hansen, Skeeter Jean moment right there. Like he could have really real deal got Chris Hansen. We could have seen a Skeeter Jean flipping bomb video with 10 million plus views of Dr. Disrespect getting caught meeting up with a minor at TwitchCon. I'm not even trolling. Like, that's actually a possibility. And so this man is talking, like, how is he still running? Like, there's, wait, let me see. Look at this. 256 replies, 163 likes. Any gooner, any idiot, mouth breather who's taking the side is an absolute idiot. People are taking this tweet too far. Doc knowingly messages a minor while having the conversation lean towards being inappropriate in an inexcusable and undoubtedly wrong. However, I do not think this makes him a full-blown pedophile. That's my point of opinion. And like I said before, if you are against this, if you're against pedophilia, there should be no situation ever that you are even, and especially if you acknowledge the age, and then it's not even just it's the sexual conversations into the meeting up at TwitchCon. If that's the case, that means that he had intentions of, I mean, what are we doing here? This is common sense. You shouldn't be running D for somebody who's messaging kids and they're 40 years old with a wife and kids. There's like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't even know why I need to explain this. This guy's an absolute idiot, and whoever's agreeing with him, like, shame on you, bro. Like, get a brain, bro. Like, this is peanut brain shit right here. Like, so with all that being said, here's Ninja's response to the situation and what his thoughts were about it.
All right. I just want to touch on some things lately, guys. Obviously, there's been a lot of like drama that's been going on, not involving me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just got two things to say, and then we're just gonna move on and keep playing Fortnite. All right. Anything involving a minor at all, no matter what it is, like, is not okay. It's messed up and it's illegal, and it's pretty simple. So especially, I'm not gonna get too much into detail about that, but like, come on, it's a no-brainer, right? That's number one. And number two, with the whole doc situation and just what's been released these last 2 days, like, here's what I'll point out for now, and that is, if you guys don't know, Midnight Society, which is the game that Doc helped build, right, and create, and he was a part of the company, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, right, and found enough evidence to let him go from the company, right, not administrative leave, not we'll address this later, like, let him go after doing their own research, right, and after doing their own internal investigation behind the scenes. So like, if that's not enough, right, evidence or enough to, like, they found something, is what I'm trying to say. Okay,
they found something. They had to find something.
Now let's, like, I've seen a bunch of clips out there. I've seen a bunch of stuff from XQC, like, who said apparently there's more stuff coming out. So until then, it's only been 2 days into the situation, so let's just wait until we see more. But like, that's all I have to say. Yeah, saying I didn't do anything illegal or like there was no wrongdoing. I mean, a lawsuit at the end of the day, not a lawsuit, but a settlement, right? Because there's talks about a settlement. A settlement, no matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something, right? Or there was some truth to enough truth, right? You settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there. Right. All right. So just do your own research, look stuff up, and just let's just keep on waiting for some more stuff. More evidence moving on in the future. But done with the drama. I didn't even want to talk about this because I hate stuff like this. But you know, as being in the community, like a leader of the community, and same with the Doc being leader of the community, like I had to touch on it. That's my 2 cents. Don't fucking text minors or do any of that shit. It shouldn't be that difficult.
It's so like,
just be a good person, man, and be a leader in the community. And that's it.
So you know, that's an interesting response. I mean, anything involving a minor, just you shouldn't, like, there shouldn't be any derunning or deriding. Now, the benefit of the doubt, the only out he has is that we haven't seen the messages. So technically he's still safe. We haven't seen it, but I mean, getting dropped from your organization, I mean, people like other sources saying that they've heard similar things. It's kind of like, I mean, him even admitting it, it's kind of like a no-brainer, like read between the lines type of vibe. We shouldn't just be out here oblivious to the fact that this is a probable cause. It's probably probably. So right here is another meme of Dr. Disrespect. Like, I guess he's just playing Elden Ring, and like someone like clipped it of just the Elden Ring music, kind of giving this gaunty vibe about the situation.
You know how we run things here.
Like, it gives like it's over type vibes, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I thought that was funny. And so with all that being said, more of the story is, please do not text minors if you are over the age of 18 years old. Because, you know, it's very bad. If you remember when you were like, honestly, if you remember when you were like really young, you know, like younger than 18, and actually I kind of don't remember when I was young, and this is the point I'm kind of getting at. You aren't able, your brain is like putty. It's like a mushed up piece of like garbage in your brain, in your head. I'm not saying you're not intelligent, but in terms of development, like maturity, understanding human body, and just like connections with people, you're not experienced. And not only that, you're like barely alive. Like, remember when you're like really young, but you probably don't even remember that much. You remember like certain particular memories because you're so young. You don't even know what's happening. Like, you're so gullible. You're just naive to everything. You're kind of just a go with the flow type person until you experience situations and know how to communicate with people and how people are. And you can get taken advantage of when you're really young. And so with that being said, please do not message any minor. I don't know why I have to say this, but don't do it. And that's gonna wrap us up for today. And getting closer to a higher age and the ending of your life, that will end just like this video. And with that being said, I'll see you when you're old enough. Peace.